caffeine.
It's the caffeine. Let's blame it on the caffeine. Hello, and here's what Mike and Richard are talking about on this week's episode number 145 of the Stay Off My Lawn podcast.
You need to sit in that chair differently because something affected your voice. You need to shift it around or something.
Wait a minute, my legs were crossed. I couldn't help it.
Oh, there you go.
There was the problem. I was trying to imitate Mr. Newscomb.
Yes. Just that.
You don't have a problem crossing them. Apparently, there's nothing there, so it doesn't get in the way.
Him and Justin Trudeau the same way. It's like they had the legs just cross. How in the world do you cross them that close? It's just...
I have large thighs in it. I'm just telling you right now, it ain't happening.
I'm a lot thinner than I was a couple of years ago, and I still can't do that. So I mean, whatever.
Enough with the preceding commentary was not part of our show. The Supreme Court is going to make a decision on birthright citizenship. Oh, I can hardly wait on this one.
Yeah, it's we're not going to hear anything until the summer probably anyway. But
yeah, they decided to take the case on.
Yeah. They're everybody's quoting the 14th Amendment, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. But it's the 14th Amendment was put in place in 1868 after slaves were released, and that was to make them U.S. citizens, to make sure that they had all the rights that they were supposed to have. And now it's been corrupted by the people trying to walk across. Yeah, so anyway, I think it's a good case. We'll have to wait and see what they say. The state of Minnesota and Tampon Tim, which we are going to appropriately call him TT today. Oh, TT. They're in hot water up there, and a lot of it is because of Somalia and a lot of corruption, a lot of money being stolen. We'll get into all that. There's a lot to uncover there.
Oh, there's the whistleblowers are saying way more money than what's been announced. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things to get at. Yeah. Also, since we're speaking of him, let's see. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but you can never make me a retard. I don't know. I don't know. Something along that line. Never mind. But at any rate... Oh, the memes are just hilarious. I saw one where there must have been like almost 1,000 cars lined up as far as you could see alongside the road, waiting in line to drive by and yell insults.
Yeah, he was complaining that people were driving by the house and yell out the window, "Retard!" It's like, hey, and I used to fix copiers, and when you work with eccentric cams, that word retard comes out all the time. You either retard the cam or you advance the cam. I mean, that's just a word that you use. I mean,
when you were doing, if you were doing a tune-up and you needed to move the distributor because it was off just a little bit, you had to retard it, or, that's so...
But and when you were a kid, I mean, that was I got called that as much as I called it to anybody else, and there was a lot of times that was true because that was really stupid what I just did. So I mean, I totally anyway. But he's a little sensitive.
Yeah. Well, he's also that flame like the Dr. Pepper commercial. They put him on the hot seat.
Yeah, and Kamala made him the vice presidential candidate because they wanted a manly man, somebody who will talk to middle American men. He's a man. I work on cars and I hunt. He didn't know the other side of that rifle when he was out there.
And he was from the military. Give me a break. I know it was embarrassing. I'm going, do you even know what you're doing?
No, I had no idea. Anyway, let's move on. We'll talk about a Portland not guilty verdict. Sounds like a nothing burger, but it's really it's a very important story, and that might be a weird precedent that got set there, and we'll uncover all that too.
Yeah, not happy about that one for sure. And Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon is looking into voter rolls in all the states. Let me repeat that. In all the states, because there is so much voter fraud going on, and the Dems are all PO'd about this too.
Oh, I know it. I think she's filed like 30 lawsuits in order to get them to release the rolls. Georgia's one of them. A red state like us. Raffensperger, our Secretary of State, is like he's giving her a hard time about seeing the voter rolls.
Yeah, he's Sorry, he's crooked as a dog's hind leg.
It seems so. I mean, it's like, just take the dead people off the rolls. That's really all she was looking for, is dead people and people that shouldn't be on there in the first place. But the main focus was dead people. They shouldn't be on there.
I think, was it dead people and duplicates?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but all that does is just open you up for fraud, for people to vote that they shouldn't vote.
And voter ID needs to be brought out. You got to have some form, and you ask anybody. There's folks that have gone through. There was one gentleman that was doing the checking to see if they had ID, like in New York, in Harlem. Well, of course I got an ID. What do you ask me that for?
Yeah. I heard Sean Hannity talk about that. I think it was last week or the week before. Said when he lived in New York, he would walk in, and because they kind of knew him, they said, "Yeah, you don't need to show an ID." It's like, here in Georgia, you got to hand your ID over, and I believe they scan it because we've got the barcode and everything on the back.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
we do too.
That's the way it should be. I don't care whether you're somebody famous or not. You should. I don't know. New York is a thing in itself. So yeah. Speaking of New York, it has released a bunch of prisoners that were violent ICE offenders. I think it was 6,000. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was several thousand. The actual number, but it's 6,000 something.
Yeah, and some of these people were terrible. I mean, they were like assaulting women and police officers, and it's like New York just said, you know what? Because ICE is looking for you, run, get out. Gee.
The left doesn't look at folks who came into the states illegally and just tootle on across the border as they've not done anything wrong. Well, yeah, they did. They committed a crime. They've not committed any crime. Yeah, they have. They came here illegally. What part of that are they? They're just not. It's been. The Dems let it go on for so long of just letting them waltz across that's normal. No, it's not.
Don Lemon was interviewing that woman on the street. Remember, he says, "Well, it's not criminal. It's illegal, but it's not criminal." I'm like, one brain cell lost and the other one's looking for him. What's going on there? Gee.
As the old saying goes, I don't think they had if brains were gas, they couldn't do 2 laps around a Cheerio couldn't run anyway, they couldn't do 2 laps around a Cheerio. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, you're just downright stupid. Yeah, just leave it there.
And someone who's made quite a comeback from a stroke, Mr. Fetterman. Yeah, John Fetterman had some things in his book about his fellow Democrats. And they just seem to be offended. If you're not in lockstep with the rest of the Dems, they have a tendency to pick on you, boot you out, call you names, all kinds of stuff just because you're not one of them anymore.
He was saying how nasty they were. He said, especially Blue Sky. He called out Blue Sky. And it's like, there are people on there from the left telling him that he should have another stroke. He should just go ahead and die. It's like, oh my gosh. He goes, you don't get that from the right. So, I mean.
Yeah, okay. He's finding things out. Yeah, Blue Sky is just, they are downright nasty on there.
I'm so glad I never even tried to. I was going to try to get on there just to kind of see what was happening. I'm good. I'm not
it's like I'll pass. That's why I never had a Twitter account until all of them went, what do you mean? They're actually talking truth. Oh, we're out of here.
We'll make Blue Sky because Twitter is just so offensive now. I had a Twitter account, but I wasn't active. I'm still not very active.
Same.
But I still had. I like to go on there now because there's a lot of exchange of ideas. It's not just nastiness now. So it's much better. We will talk about the narco boats that happened to explode, and about the last one that the Democrats have their knickers in a knot over because they sent a second missile in. We'll talk about the whole. There is something to be said about the rules of war and those kind of things, and Geneva Convention. We'll talk about a lot of that.
Well, and we're located, no flags that go to a country of any kind. There's all kinds of stuff that we're not doing anything wrong.
No, we're not. I'm fully convinced we are not doing anything wrong there. So.
Yeah, I found all the stuff and read everything just this last week. And it's like, okay, that, we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. So.
Yeah, and let's stop killing 100,000 young people every year. That's enough of that. And they're worried about 6 people on a boat. I'm not.
Well, those 6 people were bringing illegal drugs here.
Nasty stuff, and they were trying to save their, because what I heard, those guys on those boats are making like $2 million a piece on a haul.
That's the only way they get them to do it, because they're getting blown out of the water.
Yeah. Congratulations, you've been promoted. And I don't want to be promoted.
Yeah, promotion. Hey, I get to drive this week. Good luck.
Have fun with that. Palate cleanser. Yes, we're back on Paul Harvey's The Rest of the Story about a guy that, well, he didn't have a lot of formal education, but is extremely smart. So you'll just have to listen to see if you know who this individual is.
Yeah, it's really good. Neither
one of us knew who it was until just almost right at the very end. It's like, oh, okay, now I know.
Yeah, he gives you a hint at the end just before he gives it up. It's really good. Anyway, don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, Smart Speaker, Rumble, or wherever you find podcasts.
And if you're not sure how the podcast thing works and you know how to get to a website, just go to our good old website of StayOffMyLawn.us for all our past and present episodes.
And we will see you then, folks.
Toodles!